So I'm continuing the topic of confidence because more than anything, I'm learning myself and it's genuinely an enjoyable process to just figure everything out. And I guess today I kind of want to talk about my own experiences with confidence when it comes to specific areas like photography or teaching or being a friend or proficiency in other things. And I've kind of thought about it, that what has made me confident as a photographer or as a teacher or as a friend. And I've realized it's never gonna be, it never has been, and I don't think it ever will be my proficiency in the skill itself or my knowledge and understanding of it. While yes, I am becoming more comfortable and confident with the camera, and as a photographer myself, being able to simply see things better, understand lighting better and colors, I'm noticing that when it comes down to who I am as a photographer, it's not what I hold my confidence in. Same with teaching. While I do know English fluently and I can teach it, I've noticed my confidence hasn't come from how well I know English. It's come from how much I'm willing to invest myself, how I'm willing to help others. But it's kind of more so the character traits I've developed over the years, been cultivated through experiences, through how I've chosen to handle myself during situations. Because it's really easy to snap at someone, to lose your temper, and it's so much more difficult to hold yourself with grace and to push through a difficult situation through with stoicism, with grace, with respect and peace of mind as well. So the character traits I've developed over the years have been stuff like resilience and persistence and compassion and kindness for myself, for others. It's things like this that have given me confidence when it comes to my photography and my teaching. I know I'll become eventually a good photographer, a skilled one specifically. I'll know all the skills, I'll have a developed eye with my own taste, my own style and everything. But I think the most important thing right now that has given me the confidence with the camera, and despite having some insecurities, it's mostly kept me very calm and very collected, is the fact that I'm always willing to learn. I'm always willing to pursue and persist and have a curiosity, have an interest in it. And that's what has allowed me to kind of not worry too much about how much do I know about photography, but rather to then focus on what is that can learn, what is that can do. And same way goes for my teaching. Up until I think a month or two ago, I was still quite insecure about myself as a teacher because realistically, I'm not a college educated teacher. I work as a tutor, I'm an English tutor, and I was quite insecure about it, being like, there's people who are formally educated and they know so much more than me about grammar, about all this understanding. But then slowly I started noticing, as I started teaching more and getting more students recently, I started noticing what I do to people, in a very good way, of course, in a sense of I focus on people feeling comfortable in the language. I know how hard this can be to learn a whole new language, especially when you don't live in the country that speaks it. And in my case, I'm learning Lithuanian right now, and I'm in Lithuania, but I still can be very insecure about it. So I know how hard it can be, how much you can be up in your head about it, and how much worry it brings you, and how much it can destroy you actually. And what I've been experiencing and teaching my students is to begin to love the language, to have more self-compassion. I think during my lessons I teach people more how to learn the language, how to love the language, how to have compassion towards themselves than the actual language. But I do try to fit as much as I can into the lessons. Unfortunately, there's only so much time. But I found that teaching people curiosity, teaching people the genuine love for learning, that has been a skill I've developed myself, and now I'm teaching it to others. And I've learned to be resilient because sometimes you just want to give up. And now I'm glad I'm teaching that to my students. So I guess the point I want to kind of make today was that although yes, I do think skills are of course important as a teacher, as a photographer, to know certain things and certain aspects that you can actually learn and explain, like grammar or settings on a camera or composition, I do think the more important part in any vocation is to have that never satiating, never ending curiosity, never ending desire to learn, but more so to have the resilience and persistence, and more importantly, compassion and kindness. And I think that's what has given me genuine confidence over the years, where yes, I know I don't know a lot of things or nearly enough about a lot of things I do and get paid for. I've noticed that having that resilience, having compassion and kindness and politeness and a genuine desire to learn and to do better, that has kept me very much confident and very calmly secure in myself. And I guess the idea of today I would offer to keep in mind is to ask yourself the question, where does your confidence stem from? Because it's one thing to be a good teacher in a classroom or a good photographer in a studio, but how do you feel outside of your vocation? How do you feel outside of certain situations? Do you feel yourself calm and collected throughout the day, throughout everything? Or is it only reserved to specific things, to your kind of comfort zone? I think it's important to create an underlying foundation where your confidence can truly stem from you as a person, rather than from certain skills or successes that you had before. So yeah, I think maybe just ask yourself, where does your confidence stem from? And if it stems from there, that's amazing. If not, ask yourself if that's something you would want to work on. Right. If you've enjoyed the video, leave a like. That's becoming less and less weird to say. Become a YouTuber, mom, they're gonna stop. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like, share it with a friend if it was useful, or if you just enjoyed my mildly coherent, venting, educational ranting. And yeah, have a beautiful day, and I'll see you in the next one.